We begin hour number 4 here on Three Man Front. We got plenty of phone calls we'll get to this hour. If you missed any of our interviews earlier in the program, we had A.J. McCarron, the new head football coach of the Birmingham Stallions. Brand new schedule out. April 18th will be the first home game for the Birmingham Stallions. They'll take on Orlando. Dr. David Redpath joined the program, talk about the NCAA and eligibility issues. Rodney Orr from Tider Insider, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB, and Brett Noiseworthy from WHBQ Ole Miss Radio Network joined us at 12 noon. But we're open the rest of the way. We welcome your calls, 1-800-239-WJOX. The Courtesy GMC text line is open as well at 205-834-9450.
How about our friends at Prize Picks? It's America's #1 fantasy sports app. All kinds of different options, all kinds of different sports across the platforms that you can play. But Prize Picks is simple to play. You're going to pick more or less on at least 2 players' stats. Whatever sport. Sometimes we go professional football, sometimes college football. Tonight we're going college basketball. We're actually going local. We got one at Bartow, part of a game that Pat's going to be a part of, along with the voice of the Blazers, David Crane. UAB hosting South Florida. South Florida, a team that they actually beat down in Tampa earlier this season. Jacob Meyer, he has been solid for the Blazers this season. UAB guard, he's one of the many transfers. I will say this, I identified talent early. He's got a nickname, Buckets. That's what he does. 14.5 points projected total tonight. Jacob Meyer.
How do you not go over with a guy whose nickname is Buckets?
His nickname's Buckets.
Feels like we have to go the over on that. And he's also gone over that number in 2 of the last 3. So
yes.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to go more there. Isaiah Nelson. South Florida, he's averaging 17.5 points. Do we go more than 17.5 for Isaiah or less? He's 6'10", 230 pounds.
He's gone less than that number 3 of the last 4 games, so I say less.
Okay.
I say less.
All right. Less on that. Buckets more. We're a winner. You can be a winner as well. Download the Prize Picks app. Use code WJOX to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WJOX. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it is good to be right.
You know, I told you the incredible stat a couple of weeks ago that the Denver Broncos played an entire season and it was never below 60 degrees at kickoff. It was amazing. They went the whole regular season. Matter of fact, their playoff game was the first one that had been below 60 degrees.
That's going to be below 60 this weekend.
That's why they're struggling for snow out there.
Well, basically they're saying it's going to be in the mid-40s. So
really?
Yeah, just saw the weather forecast. It's partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the mid-40s because that is a mid-afternoon kickoff there in Denver. Meanwhile,
that's
here,
great weather for them.
Here, we're going to be colder here in Birmingham than they're going to be in Denver, Colorado for a playoff game against the New England Patriots. Mid-40s.
That's wild. For them, I mean, it's like 80 degrees this time of year. They'll be out there in shorts.
Who should we blame for that? Jim Mora Jr.? Moving from UConn, goes out there, and all of a sudden it gets warm.
Yeah. Let's blame him.
He's at Colorado State, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is in Colorado Springs now. Most certainly is. All right, let's get back to the phones. I've been talking a lot about the Charles Bediako situation. Nick Kelly reported last night from AL.com that the general feeling now is that Nate Oates will play him on Saturday against Tennessee.
All right, let's go to Greg in Russellville. He's a big Alabama fan. His better half is a huge Auburn fan. I'm sure that this was a fun topic of conversation in your house last night in Russellville.
Well, I can't really talk about she hates basketball, so I can't really talk basketball.
Just tell her Nate Oates is cheating and see what she says.
Well, she'll agree because I don't like it either. So that's what I called to talk about. But I just wanted to say one thing about Finley playing. How does he keep getting all of these years? And the teams that keep bringing him in, they're more stupid than anybody else. So I mean, that's
it's called desperation, I suppose.
He's going to do.
He's a better quarterback than nobody.
Well, I don't know.
You got to have somebody play the position.
You got to have somebody back there.
Bring a water
You've
boy
got to
in or something.
It could always be worse than TJ Finley, as hard as that is for Pat to accept.
Well, I'm just on that. I'll just leave that at that. So that's their problem if they want to keep bringing a guy in. Like I said a while ago, if he's 50 years old, bring him on back.
That's right.
But as far as this. I've talked to y'all a bunch about football and how I disagree with a lot of stuff going on in football, but this part right here about any pro athlete that has played 1 minute past the college level should not ever be able to come back. Baylor, Alabama, anybody. This is where I'm drawing the line. When he walks in the ball game Saturday, I'm shutting it off. I'm done with it. I'm not going to keep watching it. I know two people already that's done got tickets and cut them up with a knife with the scissors because they don't even want to drive down there.
Oh, wow.
But
is this just a culmination of everything in college athletics just done with it?
I think it's everything in football, and then when you start letting pro, I mean, why don't we just bring Derrick Henry back next year and let him play? He can play with us on Saturday and play pro on Sunday.
He's going to make sure. He would have prerequisites. Like, what does that offensive line look like?
Well, with him, you can have a subpar line.
No, he can do it. I don't think he wants to take those kind of hits this late in his career.
But anyway, I just think you're crossing a very, very bad line letting any athlete say, well, I'm going pro, and then they want to come back later and play college. And I think it's bad anyway when you let a guy that's not been on the team all year long come at this time and join the team. I mean, what's Nate going to do if a bunch of them get mad and say, I ain't putting up with this, I'll just sit out.
I'm guessing that conversation has already happened, and Alabama could use a big man. So
well, I mean,
I think those guys look around and they go, hey, I think this guy could probably help us.
Well, sometimes it just don't come down to the right or wrong anymore. It's just, can we win?
That's right. That's what it's all about. It's can we win, because that means money.
I like to win more than anybody, but, I mean, there's got to be a line drawn somewhere. I mean, that's just how I feel. I know a lot of other people don't feel that way, but that's where I'm drawing the line.
Yeah,
if he walks on the court, I'm shutting it off.
If we're not at rock bottom, we were definitely there at whale poop levels. So.
Well, hey, guys, I enjoy your show. I just wanted to throw my not even 2 cents in, maybe 1.
No, it was always good stuff, Greg. Always good to talk to you. Thank you so much, and you tell you're lovely. Cheer up. It's okay. Things get better. Alex Golesh trying to get things turned around. Derek, welcome in.
Hey, guys. Before I get on this little topic, let's go back a few weeks. Conrad, you deserve props.
Oh, come on.
Derek. Don't
Derek.
What are you doing?
No. Hey, guys. Look, he admitted he thought they would beat Oklahoma, and then he confessed the Alabama, true colors he has, that he thought they would lose to Indiana. I mean, and Landrum, you predicted Texas Tech. You thought that this year was kind of not total fluke, but, some, maybe not quite to the level that they appear to be. And I was wrong. I thought that defense was one of a kind, which it was, but their offense was not, what you mentioned it might be. So, both y'all, that's, and what you, Pat, you mentioned about never being below 60 this year in Denver. I remember watching games in October when the field was covered up against the Packers and stuff back when Elway was there. That's crazy stuff.
I know, it's nuts, isn't it?
That's wow. But let's revisit this Buffalo Denver game one more time, because everybody listening to a lot of radio shows this week, everybody keeps referring to the turnovers about Josh Allen, which is true. But even with the turnovers and the miscues, he still had a chance to reach that stratosphere. And when I mean stratosphere, I'm talking like Montana, Young, Breeze, Peyton Brady, Marino, Staubach, Big Ben, Mahomes. Because I don't know if y'all recall this, but with about 20 seconds to go in that game, Knox, that tight end, was open.
He overthrows it. That's the game winner.
And that's what I mean. I don't think any of those quarterbacks I just mentioned would have missed that throw, because he wasn't being pressured on that throw. And then in overtime, I think it was Cooks that he severely underthrew the ball.
Yes.
It was like he got his hands on it, but I still think 9 out of 10 receivers dropped that pass. So I like the guy. He had a chance and he didn't do it. And I just don't know if he's going to be able to have a chance again. But, nobody talks about that. Everybody keeps mentioning the turnovers when, yes, that was the case, especially that one before half. This group I was with 12 seconds to go, I said, whatever happens, don't have a turnover right here. And sure enough,
No, that was the
believe what I
play.
saw.
That was the play. Knox was
Yeah.
wide open, had him streaking towards the end zone, and he overthrew him by what?
He overthrew him. And
Hey,
that's
it was
what I'm
high
saying.
and it was long.
I just don't think those quarterbacks, even his predecessor 30 years ago, Kelly, I think he would have put the ball in the money.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad. But anyway, it's going to be interesting, that game this week. I think Denver's defense is going to, show a little better than they did last weekend. So
Frank
Anyway.
Reich wouldn't have missed that throw.
Good. Correct. If he had to come in, for, a starter, without a doubt.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thank
Just
you,
like
Derek.
Eli wouldn't have missed that throw either if it was a Super Bowl,
True.
but regular season, yeah, whatever. So anyway,
Derek,
good
thank you.
interviews today.
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Appreciate it.
Derek,
Appreciate
call in anytime, man. Anytime.
Oh, he's complimenting you. Hey, so Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest is not going away. I know that's your favorite, Conrad. You love watching guys eat on weenies on 4th of July. And the reason I said that is because the company that owned Nathan's hot dogs, Smithfield Foods, they have been sold to a Chinese company.
Oh, man.
Yeah, keep it in your mouth.
Oh, boy.
Who was that? What was that?
Was that Damien?
Yeah, keep it in your mouth.
Okay. I hope he's not under there
That's really not a good strategy for hot dog competitions, though. You don't want it to stay in your mouth. You want to swallow it
eventually.
Yes.
eventually.
So nothing screams a 4th of July holiday like the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, now owned by a Chinese company.
Yeah, I'm out on that. I didn't know that Smithfield. I didn't know that Smithfield owned Nathan's. I thought
Mhm.
Nathan's was its own deal.
Yep.
Smithfield, they make all kinds of. They
Smithfield
make hams.
Foods.
They make
Yeah,
hams.
and-
don't
I
they?
ate pork chops, Smithfield
Yep.
pork chops the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this Chinese company?
China's WH Group.
Oh, the jokes.
The WH Group,
WH Group
China.
now owns.
It's a dog eat dog world, Landrum. You know how it goes.
Oh yes, it's the Shanghai Group.
Mm-hmm. That's them.
It's a Chinese multinational meat and food processing company headquartered in Hong Kong.
There you go.
You ever seen how hot dogs are made?
Yes, I've seen all the Mike Rowe,
Yeah.
all of the how is it built?
Do you like hot dogs?
amazing builds?
I do, but I don't like thinking about how they're made.
Well, it's
You
like
know-
sausage. I mean,
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
some interesting Jocks trivia for you. But me, Cole Kubelik, our boss Ryan Haney, all worked the same time
That's Sneaky Pete's.
at Sneaky Pete's Hot Dogs.
Well, y'all were coworkers there?
Yeah.
In high school?
Yes,
That's awesome.
Yep.
The one in
both.
by the Western?
It was the Brookwood. No, it was the Brookwood,
Brookwood
Mall when
one.
it was
Yeah.
open, and the Galleria,
Okay.
Mhm.
which was
Interesting.
exciting time during Christmas.
Was that before Brookwood Mall was renovated? Before it turned into the last rendition
Yes.
of Brookwood Mall?
Yeah, it was the old Brookwood Mall. It was when Brookwood was popping.
When Oshman's was in there?
You know, you could just pull into the parking deck, and you could smell the food court.
It's fantastic.
It was
I
a
miss
great
Brio,
smell.
man. Brio was good.
Oh, Brio was fantastic.
I worked in that mall back in college.
I
Did
did
you?
too a little bit.
I did. I worked at Hibbett Sporting Goods.
I know Cole worked at Foot Locker, worked at Sneaky Pete's. I worked there. I worked at the Cookie Company.
I worked at Sunglass Hut. Look at us. We all worked at Brookwood Mall. How
Yeah.
fun is that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You had
good-
the Briary
good
there.
place.
Remember Briary had the tobacco shop?
Oh yeah, it's a great smell.
Yeah. I got to be buddies with the guys who made the Euros, the
Ah.
Euro place.
Good coffee in there too. I love smelling it. I don't drink coffee, but it's a good place.
It was good. Good old malls.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun back in the day.
So I just wanted so this year, as you're celebrating the 250th anniversary of this great country,
We'll have Chinese hot dogs.
when you're eating Chinese hot dogs,
Taste authentic.
You know what? I'm going to look it up. Who are the American companies that are making these hot dogs? Because Nathan's is a
Nathan's?
really good hot dog.
is Oscar Mayer?
was a really
Oscar
good
Mayer's
hot
got to
dog.
be
American
American,
company?
right?
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Man, I used to get so excited when they drive the car around.
The big weenie mobile.
Yeah, the big wiener that would drive around to the schools and stuff. That was awesome.
All right, I'm
As a
going to
kid.
give you an American-friendly hot dog list. Ready? These are people that produce hot dogs that are American companies. Ballpark, which is Tyson Foods.
Okay, yeah.
Good old Arkansas company,
Mhm.
SEC company, right there.
Mhm.
Yep.
Boar's Head,
They're out of Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
I've never had a boar's head hot dog. Okay. They have good meat.
Kunzler, Kogel, And the Costco brand, the Kirkland signature.
Wait, so Oscar Mayer is not an American company?
It's not fully American owned. Oscar Mayer is not. Oscar Mayer, Kraft Heinz, they're not fully American owned companies. Like Ballpark and the ones that I just
That's
mentioned.
disappointing.
Quit throwing out others. It's the American list.
Sorry.
Things you learn here on Three Man
No
Front.
dual citizenship here.
We will
Our
get
hot
back
dog's
to
gonna
you.
come from America.
We continue on talking to you on the phones. That's next on Three Man Front. Oh, my goodness. 119 back. I haven't heard that song in 20 years.
This is one of the worst songs I've ever heard in
I
my
think
life.
the last time I heard that, I was watching Jolie Dunn call defense for Jackie Sherrill at Mississippi State.
Well, they love to play that all the time.
That song's so awful.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It is.
It's really bad.
Well, I'll tell you something that's not bad, and that's Abide Roofing, and they can help you out. If you have noticed, maybe you have some loose shingles, or perhaps you've got some leaking going on up in your attic, and that leaking in the attic has turned into sheetrock issues inside your home. We need to get it checked out, and that's where Travis Lloyd and his outstanding team with 25 years of trusted experience, they're ready to help you. 205-577-7338. Go to their website, abideroof.com. Whether you have a commercial building or just a home in a suburb, you need to call them, and they will come and they'll check everything out. They're going to give you a free look. They're going to say, let us get on top of your roof, because many of you don't have an opportunity to get up on a ladder, get up on your roof to check things. They're going to do that, and they'll do it completely free. But you need to call them at 205-577-7338. And you know what? If you do have a problem and you do need to claim something on your insurance, they're insurance claim masters. I had issues with my insurance company when I had some damage on top of my roof. Travis Lloyd spent over 2.5 hours with an insurance agent on my roof, an adjuster, making sure that I was properly represented and that I was taken care of and the claim went through. That's what they'll do for you, just like they did for me. Trust them 100%. They've got warranties, no-cost consultations and estimates. Like I said, insurance claim masters. So get started today, 205-577-7338 or abideroof.com.
Really good news out of the college football transfer portal for Pete Golding, the Ole Miss Rebels. They have added an addition. It's linebacker Luke Farrelly out of Cal, originally a Clemson signee, a 3-star out of high school, but this last season, his redshirt freshman season at Cal, it was his breakout season, earning all ACC honorable mention honors. So not too bad.
And here's another player that he came out of the transfer portal from California and committed to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's leaving Clemson to go to Ole Miss. So we're just seeing more and more of that in this cycle of players committing. And it was funny.
But I hope this never gets normal, because that defeats the whole. We're hoping that this is going to lead to reform.
So you and I were talking to Coach Bill Clark, and you can hear the Bill Clark show tonight here on Jocks at 6 o'clock. We were taping the episode yesterday after the show, and we were having a conversation after the show. And the conversation was about, in the old days, those players that you recruited and you signed, they needed to step foot into a classroom, like physically.
Either step foot in a class or have a book.
He
said the easiest way to do it, we would try to get them a book, a school-issued book, and get it in their hands.
If they got a school-issued book, or they physically walked through the threshold of a class and stepped in that classroom, you were deemed a student,
right? A
student athlete. And at that point in time, he told me and Landrum, you felt a little bit easier. Now they still had to, be qualified in regards to doing their work and passing their class and things of that nature. But nowadays, everyone is so nervous about how can you make sure once you get someone on campus and once you get them enrolled and things of that nature, you think you're good and then you're not. It was a little bit easier back then.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to, because legally, I don't know what you're going to do. The only way to prevent like a Darian Mensah type of situation, number one, and this is not going to be popular amongst teams that want to win, don't pay that kind of money. You don't have to worry about it. But also not multi-year contracts where it's not a 2-year, $8 million deal, a year-by-year basis like a lot of schools used to have with their scholarships and how they were set up, and it was at the discretion of the school whether to renew that scholarship for the following season. That's one way that you could maybe prevent this from happening. But then again, who implements that? And then somebody else comes in and they use, hey, we're going to give you a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
To get a recruiting advantage. It's a vicious cycle, and it's going to continue. Get over it, Landrum. I'm trying to tell myself. Don, welcome in.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. What do you think about the Stallions' home schedule? You good?
That is what I talked about, Pat. And boy, you scared the crap out of me last night with your text. And I heard that was supposed to be his joke to Birmingham last night.
Yeah, that was a great joke, saying that Birmingham had a Mother's Day game and an Easter game. That was a funny joke. Everybody was laughing.
Well, actually, somebody told me this morning the reason we're not opening up at home because the stadium's got Monster Jam there that weekend.
Well, I also saw online a few minutes ago that there was a discrepancy because the Birmingham Legion is supposed to play on the exact same date that the Stallions are supposed to play. And so the Legion actually moved their game to the next day. It's like, oops.
Okay.
Yeah, they were supposed to be, it was a double booking there at Protective Stadium, apparently.
Okay. Well, actually, looking at the stadium, guys, There's only really one bad weekend that goes up against everything, and I don't see anything that's going to go up against March Madness at home. The only day that I see a problem is the Friday night game, April 24th. That's Talladega weekend.
Okay. Well, the good news is
And
there's no Mother's Day, 11 o'clock in the morning, and an Easter game.
Absolutely, and I was looking at that for us, Pat. We play a game on Saturday on Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, that's different than actual Mother's Day.
Absolutely, yeah. 11 o'clock on Mother's Day. How good did that work last year? We have 4,000 people there.
Maybe.
Well, if you heard our interview with AJ McCarron, I asked him if we could get 20,000 people to a game, will he take his shirt off and coach? And he said he was all about it.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, you know what? I mean, Pat, we could. I mean, this schedule's not bad. It looks like mostly Friday night, Saturday afternoon home games.
Do you think we can get Damian to go to a game completely with the shirt off from start to finish if we get 20,000 people there?
Well, he does it in the shirtless section, no matter how many people we have.
Well,
what kind of skin off promotion could they do?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but Boomer told me this. One day, about 2 years ago, a girl tried to do it, and she had a sports bra on underneath her shirt, and they threw her out of the game.
I thought there
was
saw
like
this,
a coconut bra one time or something.
Well, that was a guy, but
I thought I saw
the
her
sports
with a sports
bra
bra.
girl was back last year.
Yeah. I remember seeing a game on national TV and it might have been the year before when they kicked her out, but I think she was good to go last year.
Well, yeah, that wasn't the same person. The girl y'all are talking about, she's a member. I know her.
I tell you, that's a lot less offensive than other things I've seen.
No, absolutely, like the coconut
in
bra
that section.
At the Auburn games.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he goes to school in Auburn anymore. But no, I like this, and I'll go ahead and tell everybody out there now. And you guys have been. My horsemen know how to throw the best tailgate you could ever go to.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
And we're in the gravelwood lot every single game. And I've been talking to Boomer and everybody, and Pat. I don't think that little place is going to be that's a small place that Crafts is. We're going to have an overflow crowd that Friday.
It's going to be great. February the 6th, that Friday, we're doing in conjunction with the Birmingham Stallions, and we'll have more information on some giveaways and opportunities to meet Stallions players and things of that nature on Crafts on 280. So it's going to be a lot of fun on February 6th. Yeah,
and they also Heather told me yesterday they announced this on Facebook. They're going to have the Saturday event on February the 7th, same time at the stadium.
Great. That's wonderful. Well, I hate that the weather kind of messed things up this weekend.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it, guys. And like I said yesterday, thank you guys for everything y'all do for our team here, and just can't wait.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate it very much.
Quickly, let's go to Craig. He's been patiently waiting. Hey, Craig.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
We're doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. I was coming into work and I happened to hear the guy call in and complained about Bediako. Nate started talking about that maybe 6 weeks ago. Not about Bediako, but about the fact that so many of the teams that Alabama plays had plans to sign guys out of foreign pro leagues, like the guy with Oklahoma that came out of the Russian under 24 pro league. He was the MVP. And I think he listed I think it was 11 or 12 more teams that are doing that. And he said he didn't want to, but he was going to have to look at it because he felt like it was going to be like, some of the developments in college football. I mean, if you don't react at all, you just, you kind of get run over. So I think that's the reason he did that. So the guy that said he was going to tear up his tickets or torn them up or known people that did, maybe they ought to look at the whole picture and not just at some one-sided view of it. Because Nate didn't really want to make that move, but he was feeling like he was sort of forced to by the fact that the NCAA had these rules that said, if you play with a foreign pro league, you're good. Well, how is that possible? Bediako did sign 2 10-day contracts with NBA teams. He never played, not that that matters, but with the composition of the NBA now, with so many foreign players coming from foreign pro leagues, how can you say that's different? Or how can anybody say that? How can a judge say that's different?
Yeah, and thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you, Craig, for the phone call. And I was pointing this out to Landrum during one of the commercial breaks. Somebody had sent me on Twitter, and I'll be the first person to tell you, I am not educated on UConn's roster 1 through 12. But someone on Twitter sent me some information that there apparently is a player on the roster for UConn. And remember, UConn's athletic director started running his mouth yesterday about the situation at Alabama. They've got a player on there that played 4 years professionally in Europe. 4. And he's got 2 years of eligibility remaining here in the United States. 4 years he played. And I agree with Craig. There is no difference in you going over there and playing in a pro league in Europe or playing in Israel or Turkey or anywhere else and then coming over here. I mean, if you're a pro, you're a pro, period. So if you're going to let the pros from Europe come over here and play, then you shouldn't have a problem with G League players playing.
No, and people are looking at it differently because Bediako was already at Alabama. And I'm not saying they should or that makes it right, but these other guys coming over. Because I was just thinking about Tennessee and Rick Barnes and the Russian players that they've had in the last couple of years. Vescovi was the guy that I was thinking about and reading his background because really I never took the time to do it. He was a good player. But NBA Academy I'm seeing prior to getting there to Tennessee, Uruguay elite team at the NBA G League International Challenge, but I don't know if that would be the same thing. You got Jovic, who played overseas, playing for Auburn. I think it's because it's Bediako. We've seen him in college.
Yeah.
He went away, and now he's coming back. That's what's –
Yeah, no, I agree.
everybody's like, this just looks weird. This is crazy. But those kind of players internationally, they've been participating for a while.
Well, at least Charles Bediako wasn't a first-round pick in the NBA draft that came back to college.
Yeah, like NJ.
We had a tennis coach, Paul, that coached college tennis, and he said, this has been going on in tennis for years, and what they would make the tennis players do that would go and they'd jump around semester to semester and go and get 80,000 here, 80,000 here. You come back, then, okay, well, you have to pay that money back, and then we're never going to go down that road.
Yeah.
There's no way. That was actually seemed like a pretty sane system.
When we come back on Three Man Front, we'll do some Pat Ponders. That's next. Welcome back to Three Man Front here on Jocks. It'll be interesting tomorrow at 10:30, our weekly chat with Coach Wimp Sanderson. Sure, he'll have an opinion or two on Charles Bediako and the situation, as all indications are that Nate Oates is going to play him against Tennessee on Saturday. That'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, keep it in your mouth.
There it is.
Oh, there's Damien.
Hey,
It's good to hear from
speaking
you.
of Damien, it's time for 5 questions. Pat's prepared. This is what we call Pat Ponders.
I wanna know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Get by and see them off of I-459 exit 32, courtesybirmingham.com. All right, question number 1. Which fan base was the most nauseated after Indiana's national championship? Was it Ohio State, Michigan, or Notre Dame? Which of the three was the most nauseated?
It's Notre Dame. You got to share the state with them.
Team
It's a
down the road.
You dominated inside of your own stadium last year, and then a year later you miss out on the college football playoff, and they win it all. And when's the last time you won a title? Was it 1980?
40 years ago.
8?
8. Yep.
Was that one?
Good old Lou
38.
Holtz. Yep. No, it's got to be Notre Dame. That proud school and Indiana and being able to thumb your nose at them all these years. Yeah.
I think any scenario, the answer would be Notre Dame. It could be something that doesn't even relate to them, and they'd find a way to be offended by it.
Because the answer for Michigan and Ohio State would be the other
Yeah.
in this situation. I
Not
think they look at
Indiana.
Indiana like, you know what, give them.
Yeah,
at
they-
least it wasn't you.
And at least they beat Ohio State, right? Like, Ohio State,
right.
okay, you beat us, whatever, you got this one, so be it. But yeah.
If Vanderbilt won it here, it would be weird, but it would be easier, I think, for people to stomach than Georgia, Tennessee,
Yeah, because
just depending on the fan base.
you got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't expect you to be here.
Do you agree?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame? Okay. Question 2. Charles Bediako has opened the door for longer eligibility for SEC athletes. Do you guys believe we'll see a former football player with limited NFL or UFL experience attempt to come back and play in the E SEC?
It feels like at some point it'll happen.
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be off the top of my head. Like, I don't have a name for you.
I don't think it'll be NFL, but it would
Like a
UFL.
UFL.
I could
UFL.
see.
Yeah.
NFL, I could see something contractually where
Yeah, it just wouldn't work.
Or maybe someone goes to the Canadian Football League and they come back to college. Something like that.
yeah, I do think it'll happen.
I just don't know how the calendar would work because you have had to have played in the UFL because you don't have a chance to play for an NFL team. So
You'd miss out on
You'd-
like spring practice and stuff.
yeah, I think it would happen, but it would be more UFL than it would be NFL.
I just wonder how many of those guys are going to have eligibility.
Well, most
Right.
guys that go to the NFL, they spend 3 years in college football, so technically
You'd
they
have
would
1
they
year.
would have 1 year remaining.
Does it not feel like if this were to happen, though, just my opinion, it feels like the most likely would be a field goal kicker, something like that. Like I don't know if you necessarily have a quarterback.
Yeah,
or
but how
somebody,
many field goal kickers leave early? I was just
true.
thinking about that.
That's true. That's true. You might be
Great
right.
point.
I would have taken one this
Thought
year.
about that.
I would have taken one. Sign me up.
Offensive line, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think at least in football, right, you could see it more as a depth thing, whereas it's harder in basketball because most of those guys play at some point, right? They get some sort of minutes, whereas in football, you could have somebody kind of buried on the depth chart that did this.
Well, you could even bring. Let's just take this last year for the Stallions. You had was it Damian George, former offensive lineman that played at Alabama.
Yeah.
Playing there. Now, to be fair, he looked like he was not in the best of shape,
Mm-hmm.
not at top form, but that's playing against UFL competition. You don't think that somebody would value that guy to come and be your backup
Absolutely. Yeah.
and pay a healthy,
Yeah.
more than the UFL is paying salary to do it for a year of college football? Yes, they would.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Next question. What player from the SEC would you consider the biggest bust from the previous football season?
It's not.
Go ahead, Conrad. Say
It's
it.
not his fault. It's because of injury. But Travis Hunter wanted to see more Travis Hunter.
No, I meant from the college.
Oh, college.
Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Mr. Fingernails. You're on the cover of the college football game. You're one of the highest paid players in all of college football. And Ryan Williams was a complete non-factor for Alabama this year. I think you could make an argument for like a Nussmeier or somebody, and I get quarterback would probably get more attention. But in terms of guys that were hyped up, I mean, him and Jeremiah Smith coming into the year, like, these are the two best players in the country. Jeremiah Smith is, Ryan Williams is not. So, yeah, I think it's Ryan Williams.
See, I would go DJ Lagway.
Okay.
Because you weren't expecting Florida to be great, but you wouldn't expect them to fall off the cliff the way that they did because of DJ Lagway coming back and what you had seen from him as a freshman. It gave you a little bit more optimism, but the way that he went out there and performed, I think it's Lagway.
He's bad.
Yeah.
You guys took two of mine.
Jackson Arnold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I change mine to Arch Manning?
Yeah, but see, Jackson Arnold, there's a lot of folks that didn't buy into Jackson Arnold,
True.
so that wouldn't be one. Ryan Williams is great. Y'all, two really good answers. Who? I'm just trying to think of who else.
Lenore Sellers.
Well, Lenore's would be a good one.
Nussmeier.
Yeah.
no.
See,
Yeah,
the
they named
Nussmeier one,
Nussmeier.
maybe injury, you give him a pass,
Yeah.
kind of.
I was going to say Nussmeier or Lagway.
Those are good.
Nussmeier was supposed
Those
to
are
win the
good.
Heisman Trophy when we were in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's going to be a first-round pick.
Yes.
Him and Sellers both.
Mm-hmm.
What about nationally? Who would that guy be?
Nationally?
Because did we have like a DJ?
A DJU situation?
Yeah,
No.
DJ Lagway.
Well, outside of the SEC.
I still think it'd be national. Because I'm trying to think.
Kate Klubnik, maybe?
Well, Drew
Yeah.
Altmaier.
Well, he was about as
Drew
That's a good
Altmaier
one.
was supposed to lead Illinois to a college football championship.
Drew Aller, which I mean I wasn't.
We
a
never
big
bought
fan.
into
Yeah,
that
I
one.
never even bought into that.
No,
but-
Klubnik's a good one.
I would say Klubnik,
Yeah, Klubnik.
yeah.
Yeah.
he stinks.
Because he was bad, then he was really good, and then he was bad again.
Yeah.
So I guess he's just bad.
Oh, what about Tommy Castellanos?
After week one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something about those FSU transfer QBs, man.
All right, final question today, brought to you by BB. Better hold on to this one. This one's
Oh, boy.
This one's it's giving you a warning.
Yeah, keep it in your mouth.
This is from BB. Believe it or not, the government keeps data from hospitals and ERs on what kinds of objects get stuck in a person's body and need removal. The 2024 list of items that required a doctor's intervention to removed included
I love this question.
nails,
Wait,
Oh, God.
fingernails are like a
Nah, we talking-
framing nail.
framing nail.
Yeah.
Wait, this doesn't count like you step on a nail and it goes in your foot. This is like you.
listen to it just says the government keeps data from hospitals and ERs on what kinds of objects get stuck in a person's body.
Didn't
and
say
need
how they
removal.
enter, Conrad. Quit going gross.
Yeah, it doesn't say that they pulled it out of one portion of their body.
Oh, I
This
thought we
is-
were zeroing in on an area.
Well, that's
I
because
said there's only
you're-
two ways.
You're a sicko.
Baby, we
And
got
that's
any
why you were thinking
Q-tips? All right, I'll use a nail.
Let me continue with the list. Nails, baseballs,
What? What man?
yes.
There's only two ways that could happen.
Remember that time you were at the game, Damien, and you had your mouth open and a ball fell?
This guy. This
You
guy.
accidentally swallowed it.
This guy.
It's like the leaves from
It was a
yesterday.
leash from yesterday.
Y'all are sick.
Sorry, that was a continuation of yesterday.
So we got nails, baseballs, doorknobs.
Don't let the whoops. Too late.
You want to see how I open a door?
Do you have any stupid human tricks? Yeah. Sit down. You're going to love this one.
We're never going to make it through the question.
Oh boy.
Light bulbs.
Oh. Woo woo.
Intact or shattered?
People are weird.
I'm telling you.
You remember the Home Remedies commercial with the broken light bulb still in the socket? Use the potato.
And the final example that BB
think
gave
that would
in
help
this
here.
question, a full-size Yankee candle.
It's just the distinction of full size. Like a 3-wick? Those ones are big. Those 3 wicks are big.
Oh boy.
I can't find. I have a candle.
What is the question?
Well, if you guys would ever let me get there.
Just leading up to the question. That's a whole
wild.
segment.
Yeah.
This is wild.
The database is anonymous.
Thank God. Thank God.
So BB wanted to ask you guys the following question. Have you ever had to get something extracted at the hospital?
No. No.
So you did in the privacy of your own home?
No. No. Knock on wood. I've only had one quote unquote surgery, and it was for my wisdom teeth.
Okay.
So I've never even.
So you never had?
Nope.
Okay.
Clean bill of health, man.
Good for you.
Exactly.
All right, Conrad.
I'm sorry. I know this is normally where you look to me. I don't think I want to go on the record with anything that I haven't had anything removed from my body though. But I'm not
Removed from my
I'm
body. It
not
came
trying to
out
go
through a
down the funny
natural
route.
process as a kid. It was a penny.
Okay.
Oh,
but
yeah,
but you did not have to go to the hospital and they had to physically remove something.
The baby pine that almost punctured my lung went to
Mm-hmm.
my armpit, but it was intact. It's not like the branch broke off. So no, there was never had anything. What about you?
No,
No?
Oh, so we're good.
no.
I had a cyst on my back. Does that count?
I mean, I've had my head busted open playing basketball and stuff where I had to go get stitches and
Right.
stuff like that, but I've never had something in my body that somebody had to extract.
You had a cyst where on your back? Like a
Lower back.
fibroidal? Like,
A lower back.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to confirm, Conrad, no nails, baseballs, doorknobs, light bulbs, or full-size Yankee candles.
No, I'm surprised flashlights aren't on the list. I guess they didn't get mine down, but yeah, no, none of those.
That's wild. Man.
I think it was a worst thing I've seen story, and it was ER doctors anonymously go on the record about the different things that they've extracted from people's bodies.
Emergency rooms are
Quite disturbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, the stories that I've heard from my wife, and I'm sure Pat's gotten some from his of, all right, hey mom, can you get out of the room for a minute? All right, so you got to be straight. What's going
Yeah, how
on
do we-
here? And the stories that you hear of,
Yeah. Like, how did we get here?
how did we get
I
here?
will paint this the best that I can. Know somebody who's working in the emergency room. Person came in. They were very embarrassed. They were with their significant other, their wife. And this guy was actually a physician. And apparently they'd been messing around. And let's just say that he was still buzzing.
Dang.
wow.
That's tough.
Man, your phone keeps blowing up.
Couldn't turn it off. Kept buzzing.
You just got to clench harder.
Well, that's at that point, you're trying to be a professional in the ER and not laugh.
I feel like certain ones you have to just kind of, I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
gotta, this is funny.
And when
Sorry.
you're leaving, are you like, hey, can I just go and collect your stuff?
Will you put that in?
Whoa, I need that back.
Hey, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that baseball for BP tomorrow. You mind putting that in a bag for me?
First Valentine's, we were together. She gave me that. Give it back.
This is wild.
That might have been BB's best. That was good.
Thanks, BB.
All right, that's courtesy of BB. That's Pat Ponders will roll on this Thursday, three-man front. It is 1:53. Appreciate everybody being a part of the show. If you missed our interviews today, A.J. McCarron, Dr. David Ridpath, Rodney Orr, Rob Pate, Brett Norsworthy. Coming up tomorrow on the show will be a very interesting interview with Coach Wimp Sanderson. He'll join the show, presented by Craneworks, tomorrow morning at 10:30. We'll start things off with Mike Rodak from Bama 247. He typically joins us at 11 o'clock. Nate Oates is actually meeting with the media tomorrow right around lunchtime. So Mike Rodak's going to be on before the Nate Oates press conference. He will join the program. And tomorrow will be our first opportunity, Landrum, to talk to our good friend from Southeastern 16, Blake Lovell. He will be a guest every Friday on the show as he will talk SEC basketball with us. He's our insider for Southeastern 16, so he'll be our first appearance with him.
Yeah, Blake's
tomorrow.
always great and does such a wonderful job. It's so comprehensive all season long, and I really like it when they do the instant reaction when we get to some of these games that are going to decide whether you're on the bubble, you're not on the bubble. Yeah, if you want to get up to speed on college basketball in the SEC, then Blake will be the guy to do it. So excited about him rejoining our show this season.
Absolutely. So we will have more reaction tomorrow on the Charles Bediako decisions. I mentioned Nate Oates will meet with the media tomorrow morning as they get ready to play the Tennessee Vols on Saturday. I've seen where the ACC, their schedule is a complete mess Saturday. They are moving games left and right because of the ice and snowstorm that's going to be hitting mainly north of Birmingham. So far, I have not seen any changes yet from the Southeastern Conference schedule, but the ACC being proactive as they are moving things around to make sure that they get their games in this weekend.
You guys ready for the Winter Olympics? Jamaica's men's and women's bobsled team, they qualified again.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yep. John Candy not coaching them. God rest his soul. That's going to do it for us. Big show playing tomorrow. D, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Keep it closed. For Conrad, Pat, and Landrum, God is great.